Hello and welcome. Today we're looking at the best camera for photography under 800. I'm your host Zulf and I've made a number of these explanation videos to help you find the right camera for your budget. I've gone all the way from 100, which is the ultra extreme lowest budget, to we're at 800 now. I'm going to do all the way to 1000, so make sure to check out the playlist where you'll see if you have a bit more money what you can get. So let's have a look at what I found this time. I've got 4 camera options for you: Fujifilm X-T20, the Sony A7, the first one, Canon EOS 70D, and a Nikon D4. These all range between 2012 all the way up to 2017. Which one is a good camera? I've got 2 mirrorless cameras in there and 2 larger DSLR cameras. That's going to be an interesting one. 800 is a good amount of money. You're going to be looking at the big boy cameras there, so you'll have something nice. So I'm using eBay to do a mixture of research to see what the second-hand market is saying, what you would get with it. The rules are, I want to get you a photography camera that is able to take photos as soon as you get it. So the idea is it needs to be a camera body and a lens. You might have to buy a memory card separately if you have a little bit of change left over. In this case, the XT20, you could make an offer. If you got it for $790, $780, you got a bit of change there to pick up a memory card. And we're going to cover the specs to see which cameras offer you what type of benefits and why you would pay a bit more for a camera, why you'll pay a bit less for the camera. So let's get into it. The side-by-side comparison: magnesium alloy bodies for 3 of those cameras apart from the 70D. And what are we looking in terms of megapixels? The range between 16 megapixels for the D4 Nikon all the way up to 24 megapixels. It's going to be a range of ISO performance between the cameras. What will they offer you in terms of video? That will be interesting. We'll have a look at that because naturally photography will lead to video. They have tilting screens for the XT20 and the A7. So they tilt, whereas the 70D has a fully articulating screen. So if you're using it for vlogging or funny angles, you'll be easier matched with that. What do we have in terms of... Oh wow, the XT20, 8 frames a second. So if you didn't continue shooting of wildlife or sports, you'll get 8 pictures per second, whereas the others are 5, 7, but the D4 being a professional camera is 11 frames a second. So they use them more in sports and types of things. But the main thing here is going to be you need to decide what is the camera for. Is it mainly photography? In which case the D4 might be a better suit for you because it only offers 1080p 30 frames a second, whereas the other ones that are tiered towards film and photos, you'll get things like 4K on them. So 30 frames a second on the XT20. The A7 only does 60 frames a second at 1080p. So the Sony is known to have good colors, and while everybody harps on about them online, but to be honest, if I was to get the first model A7, I wouldn't get it. I'll delete that out of there. I'd probably pick up a Canon 800D, which is actually does a lot better, or even a SL2 250D because it does 4K as well. But that's knocked out the list. What else do we have? Okay, between the ones that we have left over, which one? You know what? Fujifilm, I would. It's a nice setup, and the people that have Fujifilms are happy with them. So if I was looking at photography, I would look at a Fujifilm, especially the one I saw there. That was a good example of one there. They look nice. So definitely consider that if you have that budget. Sony, we got rid of the 70D. That is a good option actually. It's a DSLR though. Do you want a DSLR or do you want a smaller camera body and then be able to upgrade it as you go? This one is like a full-on tank, isn't it? The D4. Body only. Oh no, we can't include that then. Body only. Let's get rid of that one as well. Okay, so D4 is gone. So out of the 70D and the Fujifilm X-T20, which one would I get? I would get the X-T20, you know. Let me have a quick look at a quick review of that and see what comes up first, who comes up. Will we have... Okay, is there one major takeaway regarding the Fuji X-T20 is that its little camera is a pleasure to use, packing a punch of professional quality features into a very affordable package. It's equally perfect for the hobbyist or pro. It features a 24 megapixel sensor, improved AF system, and tilting LCD. Okay, nice. And the other option we had was the D70. Let's see what the D70 is. Canon D70 review. A quick overview just to give you that decision. Is the Canon let's see what this is. Since the Canon 70D was released in 2013, there is no 4K recording here, only 1080p at 30 frames a second. Luckily, the 1080p footage recording is of really high quality. Now, okay, Fujifilm it is. If you have £800 or under, pick up the Fujifilm X-T20. That's what we're saying today. Hoping you find this useful. Check out the additional videos about other budgets. I'm doing £900 next, or 900. Add your currency. Let's see what we can pick up for 900. See you on that video.